Welcome back to Algebra 2, Chapter 12, Section 1. In this book, we are right here at the end. So this Chapter 12 is about statistics. And I'm going to teach you part of it, but we're going to skip part of it too. We don't have enough time if you're going to finish Algebra 2 in a year, in a school year. But so I'm going to give you this stuff will be on the SAT, the ACT, and college entrance exams. So you need to know it. But there's a whole lot more out there. I took a whole college class in just statistics. And if you want a better score on the statistics part of the ACT and the SAT, I'd recommend you going and watching some Khan Academy videos on it. Go learn more. I'm going to teach you the basics. I'm going to teach you that most of probably all of this can be done in your calculator. So you need to know how to do that. You need to use your calculator. And this isn't like a special program or anything. This is just what your calculator can do, and it can do it for you. So you need to be able to use your calculator to the fullest extent of the law on these tests. All right, so statistics. Well, today we're going to talk about the fundamental counting principle and permutations. That sounds so fancy, doesn't it? All right, so you're at the delicatessen, and you have a choice of 4 meats and 3 breads. And you can only pick 1 meat and 1 bread. How many different sandwiches can you make? You multiply them. If you have different choices, if you have a third choice where you had 4 cheeses, you just multiply them. And that's, so when you have choices and you want to know how many total choices it makes, multiply, okay? The next thing is, so here's an example. This is a police lineup to be able to, let the witness figure out what the perpetrator looked like. And it's got 195 choices for hairline, 99 for eyes, 89 noses, 105 mouths, and 74, I think it was cheeks and chins. You multiply them all together, and the book tells you what it is exactly, but in general, it's a lot. Okay? Now, permutations is fancy math talk for ways to arrange. So like ABC, we can arrange it 6 ways. We can do ABC, ACB, BAC, BCA, CAB, CBA are your 6 ways. So in general, there are 3 things. So you do 3 times 2 times 1, and 3 times 2 is 6, 6 times 1 is 6. This is called, when you take a number and count down and multiply them, it's called factorial. And it's a new math sign. You've known the plus, you've known the minus, you've known the multiply and divide, and you've known the exponents. Well, now this exclamation point, 3! You have to say it with enthusiasm, 3! So 3 is 3 times 2 times 1, and so like so the formula is n, however many number you have, n factorial, counting down, you multiply it, and that'll tell you your number of ways you can rearrange something. But your calculator will do it for you. You've got the factorial, little exclamation point. So on your calculator, and you can pause and do this, I'll keep talking, but you pause and do it and then come back. On your calculator, you would do 3, go to the button that says math, which is ironic because aren't they all math? And then arrow over to prob for probability, that's statistics, and then go down to 4 and you'll see the exclamation point. So you would have 3 and do all of that to get your exclamation point, hit enter, and it should say 6. I also want you to know the other way to do it. I usually do it this way, the shortcut way. It's your alpha key, which is underneath your second key. Do alpha, go over to window, which is next to y equals, arrow down to 9, and that gives you your exclamation point too. So, if we have some Olympians, and if you want to know, then there's 12 people competing. If you want to know all the ways that these 12 people could finish, you do 12 exclamation point. 12! Oh, you just have to say it with enthusiasm. Okay, but there's another way you can do it. What if you just want to know, you got 12 Olympians, and we want to know how 3 of them can finish. Because honestly, do they all have a chance? I don't think so. There's just 3 that they're going to be first, second, and third probably, right? So the number of ways these 3 can finish or the number of ways that the 12 can finish to get first, second, and third, is this symbol. This is the permutation symbol, and it's in your calculator. Your book doesn't know it's in your calculator, and it shows you these long, convoluted ways to do it. Forget it. You're going to do this. So you write how many total items there are. We want to know the ways that you could put, and then how many we're focusing on. So of the 12 Olympians, we care about 3. And so you do 12p3, and it's 1320. Now, where do you get this in your calculator? Either do the shortcut, alpha window 7, and then you fill it in, or you can go to math, arrow over to prob, and then go to 2. So I want you to do all of these on your calculator. These are absolutely calculator problems. Do all the examples on your calculator. Make sure you get the answers. And then for your homework, what are you going to use? Your calculator. All right? We will not do all of chapter 12, but you will have a test on it. Come back and we'll learn more of things we can do with our calculator with statistics. Math is great.